Today in the Caught by Surprise, we're gonna have our modern workplace specialists, two very important people here that help us, our community and the partners out there. Diana Hakki, right here, and Mo Wahab. Actually, I don't know if Mo is maybe here. How are you working today in this new situation that you got to stay home? And what are you doing on your personal life as well?
One of the Microsoft webinars that I attended about master working from home with Microsoft Teams helped me a lot with the tips that they mentioned there about like designate a location in your home where you can actually feel like you're walking to go to work. Another tip is like don't sit in silence where usually when we sit in an office there is always the background around us, so we hear people talking, like play some music and then take breaks and stay active. So this is another thing I can mention here and share with you, that I'm really staying active with all that like classes like gym closing and dancing classes that I always do, and Zumba classes canceled, is where everything moved online now, so I'm taking all my classes online. On top of that, I started a new habit or a new skill, if I can call it, which is my husband and I were taking some online classes for photography.
What about you, Mo? What's happening in your life during those crazy days?
I think the challenge that's happening right now is staying positive, making sure that we're looking at the silver lining, making sure that we're making the most of the situation, and really adapting the way we have worked. A lot of us historically have been in the office, have been visiting customers, visiting partners, and really trying to learn in a face-to-face environment, whereas now we have to quickly shift and adopt this new way of working, which is remote work, remote collaboration, to the point where that seamlessness in working together isn't as visible. So it's really about modernizing our way of work versus just calling it remote work, because that's one thing that's kind of temporary, whereas modernizing the way you work is something that has more of a longevity in collaboration and productivity piece to it.
What are you doing in your personal life?
A lot of video games, more than I would like to admit. The new Call of Duty came out, so a lot of Xbox, and really connecting with loved ones. So making sure that we're using Skype, using voice calling, that we're discussing and keeping in touch with everyone, make sure that everyone is healthy and both mentally and physically. And that's kind of what my focus has been on in the last couple of weeks.
And what you're seeing coming from this channel that is so valuable for all customers and partners to know.
I think we live now in a time where we are really lucky to have like access to materials, to online materials at any time. So as most of our partners and customers know, that we used to have training days that are in person, where you can join like certified trainers and receive training for Microsoft 365 or Dynamics or Azure. Now we moved all this training to virtual. So now if you search Microsoft training days, you will find all these trainings now available for everyone online, so as a virtual training.
Mo, now we're gonna go to you. You work with the Scale channel, the Scale Direct partners we have in Canada. These are the major resellers, right? So what are you seeing that's coming out from them when we think about modern workplace and in this special situation we are all living today?
The Scale Directs are actually able to help us ramp that up very quickly and help us get that communication out. They're doing an amazing job turning customer CIEs, so customer immersion experiences, or demonstrations, or customer meetings, which typically would have been done in person. They're able to roll those out on scale with very deep relationship and very deep communication to our customers, which is super critical for the evolution of the modern workplace, and something that we need to be able to do very quickly and at scale right now. And they are the critical piece into that, and a lot of them are doing amazing things.
I want to see how good they are when they talk about modern workplace and the products and features we have in those packages.
Intune.
SharePoint.
Exchange Online.
OneDrive.
IM.
Teams.
Channel.
Power BI.
Groups.
Voice calling.
Power BI. Oh, I can't say the same.